moving fast, mother, let us survive. Now the Johnny couldn't say goodbye. Killing time, killing chances, killing life. Take a look, and then go. Gotta stop, take a look, and go. Drove from Michigan. If you've been funny, you'll never feel the pain. No one knows you hurt you, but you hurt yourself the same. Take a look, and then go. Stop, take a look, and then go. Stop, take a look, and then go. Stop, take a look, and then go.
Hi, I'm Magoo, and I managed to sneak into Eddie Fiola's house today to talk to him about his life, his riding, and his career goals in the sport of freestyle for the future. Thanks for having us here, Ed.
Hey, no problem.
You've been riding bicycles a long time. I'm going to start somewhere. We're in Lakewood here, and I know that's your hometown. You've probably got riding areas that you stomped around in the past, don't you?
Yeah, there's a place called Kitty Banks that we used to ride. It's just a ditch, and that was vertical to us.
Yeah?
45-degree angle. And it was the hardest to ride at that time.
So that was like the early days of your styling as far as that's concerned.
Yeah.
Amazing. You got some pictures you've shown me of dirt jumping and stuff. Now, you never got any press in the magazines dirt jumping, but that probably goes a long way back for you too, doesn't it?
Oh, way back. There's this place across the street from school, and it was just a big ditch dump place, more or less like Bandini Mountain. We're just jumping into a bunch of Bandini.
Well, what made you start riding bicycles?
It took a lot less time to get anywhere. I mean, it was a lot faster, and it's more fun, jumping, hanging out. I had a lot of my friends were riding bikes.
Well, that started out for everyone, but something pushed you further. I know Lakewood, the old Lakewood SkateParks is a real famous, legendary place that put you on the map. Where was that, and how long ago were you riding there?
I was 10 years ago when I was riding there, and it was 7 minutes from my house on my bike. I just rode there every day after school, Saturdays, Sundays. It was just someplace that I could go, that I knew I'd ride, that kept me out of trouble.
When did the King of the SkateParks series really begin?
When it began is when they stuck my picture in the magazine right after they had done a full pictorial of Jeff Watson. And Jeff Watson was like the skate rider, and they didn't know about anybody else from the skate park scene. So what they've done is on the underline, they like who's better, Watson or Fiola, and that's what started the whole competition. And then they did another magazine shot with Steve Bennett.
Oh yeah, Mr. BioAir.
Yeah, BioAir Bennett.
Yep.
And then they went into Becker, and then more who's there, Watson, Fiola, or Becker. Or
when was the first SkateParks championship? You've won 4 of those, more than anyone ever can or ever will win. And that had what, 81, 82?
Yeah, 81 was a more first. No wait, it was back in 80. They had a skate park competition. It wasn't King of the Skate Park. I had won my division. Tinker Juarez was there, and all the big boys.
So this contest grew from bicycle racing and the freestyle scene.
Yeah.
And you beat them. How'd you do?
Well, it was during that competition. I was just a beginner and a novice or whatever, and they said that I should have went into the expert division, but I've never entered the competition. I didn't know what it was about, and I was going to be judged or anything.
That was a good decision. How'd you do at that contest? Win the novice division?
Oh yeah, I won. It was pretty easy. You know, but in the what they call freestyle was a pool competition. You know, they had a slalom course which was for time, and the slalom course was in like more or less a half pipe, and they stuck the cone on the side of the wall.
Oh, so you carved inside of like a snake ball or like inside
It was like a half pipe. It was a long half pipe, and the cones, the slalom cones, were taped to the wall. Had to go up and over the slalom cones.
So what was rad in that day? Now, you know, now it's not uncommon to see guys get 7, 8, 9, 10 foot of air. What was really rad back then?
Oh, if you could get the coating or the tile, you were God.
Now it's Eddie Fiola. He's last year's king of the skate park. Are you able to retain your this year, Eddie?
Well, I'm going to try as hard as I can.
You're second right now to Brian. Do you have a chance of beating him?
I think there's a pretty good chance Brian's doing well. I'm going to try as hard as I can.
How do you feel about the skate park as the skate parks you're riding?
It's one of the best skate parks that I've rode in because it's the closest one around.
Who's sponsored by it?
It's sponsored by GT, Dyno, Vans, and Oakley.
Listen, how long have you been doing this?
I've been doing it for about 5 years now.
Have you ever been injured?
Too many times. Too many times.
How much longer do you think you're going to be able to keep up this kind of competition?
Well, I hope I can keep it up long enough to keep my name in there. Maybe to come out with a freestyle frame.
What trick do you think will be the exciting trick in the contest today for you?
Just a one-hander, one-footer, or just grabbing on wheel.
Eddie will be watching some tape class performance in a moment here. About it.
I just tried to go for high air and to get that one so I can get more points out of it. And then I go some smaller and just roll around doing an alley-oop, roll out, doing another alley-oop here, a foot plant, then I'll come out and just start doing one-hander here, or one-footer, and then another one-hander comes up next. And it won't be a one-hander, one-foot after that. That way, things just keep going up and gets the crowd more amped and gets more of a high score.
That's great. Do you think this will be a good one to take this cool competition here?
Well, I hope so, because this is the last contest that I know until Bob Morales thinks of another one, and I'm just going to try to do the best.
Okay, we've just finished this exciting competition here at the Pipeline Skate Park, and we have our 1983 winners with us. First on the 17 and over division, Eddie. Eddie, how does it feel to win?
It feels really good. I didn't think I was going to make it at first because Brian did really good. He's a heavy competition, and he's gonna have hard competition next time.
Are you going to be back here next year trying to win it again the third straight year?
Every year, I'm gonna try.
As I remember back in the days of Pipeline Skate Park, 1983, Eddie Fiola was the ring king. He came to the skate park all the time, practiced real hard. He was the innovator at the pipe bowl. That's where he did his best stuff, and also in the comedy pool later on. He was heads above everybody in those days. The little Brian Blyther was pushing hard and trying to emulate him, and Mike DeMint was always on his tail. But Eddie was really head and shoulders above everybody in those days. In 1984, the competition was tougher, but Eddie did remain, at least to my feeling, still the king of the skate park in 1984. He was one of the innovators of some of the tricks, some of the plant tricks. Definitely got some of the highest ever in the pipe I've ever seen. And Eddie, again, to this day, the Pipeline Skate Park, I can see him blasting airs in the pipe bowl and getting real high up in the pipe. I think Eddie showed his class also off the skate park surface. He was able to be with the kids, show them how a pro handles up off the competition, and really helpful to get a lot of interest in that kind of freestyle in those days.
SkateParks champion on the GT Fiola.
Before we take a look at the second one of the pros, let's take a quick look at the highest air event. The three contestants in this event, Brian Blyther, Michael Dominguez, and Eddie Fiola. Blasting in air, whoa! Yeah, I don't know. What do we they're marking a yell, 9 feet. That is world's record, 9-foot aerial. 9-foot aerial. Well, we're back here at the Pipeline Skate Park. It's 1984. Here in 1983. It's the king of the skate parks. What are we going to be seeing today?
Well, we're going to see some of the most outrageous bull riding ever in freestyle, and as expected, we got some big competition going here today.
I think we got the pros today, right?
We got Eddie Fiola, we got Mike Dominguez, we got Brian Dean, we got a whole host of them. It's going to be great.
So this is the first competition that there's ever been a pro class of.
We got a pro purse of $500 for this contest.
And I guess we should sponsor today's event. That's Hutch Bicycle.
Hutch Performance.
He's the main sponsors today.
Yep.
Well, I'm ready for the action. Are you?
Yeah, let's go for it.
Let's take it away. Well, we got to see what they're going to be. Wait for you and see. Oh, we got 100.
It didn't feel as good.
You feel as good? Yeah, it looks like that's going to do it for you. You're going to win.
Going back to the competition scene again, I know you probably have your opinions about the competition scene today compared to the way it was in the old days. Why don't you tell us the differences and tell us a little bit about the way you see the sport progress as far as freestyle is concerned?
Well, like I said before, it was freestyle was one big thing. It was ramps, full ground, everything all at one time, and that was a competition. It was a lot harder to judge because you had to judge all these.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're that versatile, then if you're able to get all of them, then you win.
So freestyle to you then remains that versatility. Then you believe that versatility should still stand today because there's a lot of specialization in freestyle with flat land. Would you like to see some changes made in that?
Well, I think the changes should be on the pro purse. I think the pro purse should be a lot bigger. I think if you're an overall, you should get an extra pride of that because you're doing both. You're riding ramps and ground, and so you're putting out that extra effort. And if you do good in both, and if you win, if you're an overall person, you should get the most money than anybody else.
There's some guys making pretty good living winning those overalls, and many of them probably haven't even seen a skate park, have they?
Not a lot of them. Like Ben, I don't think this rides ramps. Well, not ramps, but I mean the skate parks and stuff like that.
Yeah, and well, he's certainly an opportunity. Pipeline is a place you can continue to ride even today, isn't it?
Yeah, right now it's the only skate park around, and it's the place to have fun, and it keeps the kids out, keeps me out of trouble.
Yeah. Were you the first riders to take freestyle across the ocean to other countries?
I think we're pretty much the first freestylers to do it. It was Bob Morales. We went across the United States and into Europe, and we did a full 1.5 tour. To England, Germany, Switzerland, Sweden. We went to Japan, and the only place we haven't hit was Australia.
And Europe must be a fascinating place. What's that like?
Europe's really fun. It's an experience and a half. I mean, we've done right-hand drive cars on the wrong side of the road, and we did a lot of shows to where we don't know what people are saying.
We have announcers speaking your language.
Exactly, and they're just rambling on. We're down there and we're doing our tricks and we're having fun. And the show, just two guys, would last an hour long.
So much adrenaline.
Yeah, the people know what freestyle was. So we did the basic tricks, and then went on to a little bit harder. It's not like they're doing right now. Freestyle has advanced so much. Back then, it was front logos. It was hard. It was hard. Back wheel hops. A lot of different things. A lot of easy things that people aren't doing now because they're so easy. But I see a lot of guys that can't do front wheel hops that are doing bar rides.
Yeah, I know. Some people that can do those bar rides haven't been told how to do it. I remember seeing how to do a rock even.
Oh, yeah. Rock walks it was how many rock walks you can do in a row.
Yeah. Well, there's still guys doing rock walks and routines. I think that brings some of the fun back to freestyle.
Yeah.
Certainly for the old timers anyway.
We don't bring ramps around to the shows in Europe and things like that because
you're traveling across country, continents.
They had to call up and say, hey, this is what kind of ramp we want. We want an 8-foot tall ramp.
And you told them this in English.
Yeah. We told them, we want an 8-foot tall ramp, and we even sent them, the designs and whatever. And they go, what they came out with was an 8-foot ramp with, a little bit of vert. This is what we told them. Just comes to vert. And they go, okay. So once we got there, we've seen ramps that were 12 feet tall with 2 feet of vert. We've seen ramps that were 8 foot tall with 4 feet of vert. We've seen ramps that were 8 foot tall with no vert at all. Full on
3 foot wide.
Yeah. One of our shows, and we did our best on each one of the ramps. There was this one ramp was about 4 feet wide, 8 foot tall, and 3 feet of vert.
Man.
With the platform 3 feet long. So it was.
And you did show ramps like that?
We tried. We did our best.
How many people? What was the biggest show you ever did in Europe?
Europe, probably about 2,500 people.
Wow, that's a good crowd.
Oh, yeah.
It's amazing. What other doors, what other opportunities has freestyle opened up for you?
It's opened up commercial work. I've done a couple commercials, a 501 Levi's commercial, a Mountain Dew commercial, Del Monte commercial, and a Foot Locker commercial. It's also opened up a couple of things in the movies. We've done Quicksilver and a movie called Brad.
What's it like on the set of like a TV commercial? I've seen the Levi's commercial, and that was great. What's it like set of something like that?
It's a lot different because you're behind the scenes. You see exactly what's going on. You don't see this on TV that there's like 52 people behind the camera and they're all looking at you, going, expecting you to do this one thing. But it's great because people that are behind the camera don't know anything about freestyle. And you do a front wheel pogo, and they're amazed, going, great, that's it, that's what we need, And then you go out and you do a surfer or, a front wheel, 540, and they're going, oh my God, this is just, yeah.
You were doing front wheel and G-turns and that. Did you realize it? Did they expect that trick from you?
What it is, when Levi's, the way they get everything so natural is that they don't tell you that the camera's on. They have music playing, they have a couple big old speakers out there, and they just have music playing all the time. And they tell you to go back, come in, go back, we're just focusing.
This is the director telling you all
the
these
director is just, he's sitting behind the camera going, we'll go back. Come over. What was that trick again? We just want to see that through the camera and see how it looks. And by the time they're telling you all this, they're telling you to go home. And you're going, hey, aren't you going to shoot this thing? They go, don't worry about it. We got it. So that's why everything's so natural. It's really cool.
Well, are any other commercials you've done a little more difficult? Were there any memorable hard parts about doing TV commercials?
Yeah, I've done the Mountain Dew commercial. And it took like 3 days to do a 30-second commercial.
Wow.
Because they had a lot more scenes and a lot more cuts to different sections. Jumping into ice water.
Is that something you did?
Yeah, we did. Well, what it was is that Mountain Dew commercial, they had every guy jump into the water, and we all did different things. And the best shot that they had, we're all doing is 360, which was the best section that was there. But we all did it. So it was pretty fun, but it was ice cold.
So they make you do things that they can't even guarantee you might end up seeing on TV then.
Right.
Huh?
A lot of stuff ends up on the cutting room floor.
And plenty of Eddie Fiolas ended up on the TV screen, too.
Yeah.
Advice for the kid that wants to put together a winning show routine at these contests?
Yeah, remember, if you want to put it as, put a good routine together, do it as a show. You got to have the attitude to go out there and have fun. Don't think of it as a competition. Think of it as, as fun. There's a lot of guys that can ride in a circle, a big jam circle, and they do great. They tear everybody out. But once they get in the limelight, of the competition, they just gel. They start freezing up.
What's your advice for getting rid of those contenders then? I'm sure you faced them at least once.
Oh yeah. It's just don't think about it. Just don't watch your other man's run. Just go out there and do the best that you can. Even though there might be 82 people before you. You're better off just going out there and doing your best and don't think about anybody else.
When you were jumping out of that snake, the Lakewood, 8 or 10 years ago, did you ever think freestyle would take you this far?
No way. It was, I went out there for fun. It, just gave me something to do. It was something I loved to do. But I'd never, ever, come this far as tour, big competitions or getting paid as I was and being able to have the toys that I have.
Amazing. And freestyle can probably take a few more years into the future, too. What do you think the future holds in store for you?
I plan on doing a lot more shows, a lot more seminars, coming out with some products, maybe even doing a video.
That would be great. You've been in a few of those. Coverage must be something you could never get tired of. And you've got a lot of it, probably more than any other rider in the sport. What do you get on a magazine cover?
It's so fun. Because you're able to see, say, someone that doesn't know anything about freestyle, and you go onto a 7-Eleven or something and say, hey, there I am, I'm on there. And it's got your picture on there, it says your name on it and everything, So it's really fun. I don't know how many covers I've got, but there's quite a few.
Yeah, you have to. They probably number in the 20s.
Yeah.
You've been in so many different magazines. You appeared on magazines abroad too. What coverage did you get in Europe when you were over there?
Oh, Europe. With a lot of media coverage, a lot of TV things. We've done full-on specials, almost like Good Morning America, but it's in Japan or something like that.
You've done a lot for the sport to help spread the word about freestyle all over the globe. Magazines, articles, newspapers. What if you were given a chance to convey a single message to everyone who saw you at those TV shows and publications? What would it be?
What it would be if you would start freestyle, and if you like the sport and you want to become freestyler and things like that, you have to start slow. Start at the beginning. Wear your equipment. There's a lot of guys out there going, oh, I want to do this. I want to do a 20-foot air, and I want to go there now. I know that I can't do anything right now, but I'm going to go out and, a 30-foot air or whatever. And he's not wearing his equipment. He's, not thinking. He's got to, got to start at the beginning. You got to start with the basics. Just do an aerial. It doesn't matter if you go out, just go foot high. Just try to get everything smooth so that you're able to go on to the next day.
Start slow and think safe.
Exactly.
Thank you for having us here today. This has been a lot of fun.
Hey,
I appreciate it. That's going to do it, guys. Let's do it out of the thing now.